problem 4-55. Refer back to the graphs you made for problem 4-34. It was a homework problem from lesson 4.1.2. Hopefully you did it. Use those graphs to help you graph each of the following inequalities. So since I did my homework, I was able to bring this graph back up. The problem from 4-34 had y equals the absolute value of x. This was the graph that we came up with. We also had the absolute value of y is greater than or equal to, we had absolute value of y equals x, and we graphed that one there. What they want us to do now is they want us to graph where y is less than or equal to absolute value of x, and the absolute value of y is greater than or equal to x. So we already have these inequalities graphed, these equalities, we could say. We have y equals absolute value of x there, so that does satisfy part of this. But we have to think about the less than part. The easiest way to do this after we've graphed the equals, y equals absolute value of x, is to think about points on either side. You can choose a point either on this side. Let's choose one right here. That's the point, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to choose the point 0, 6. And I could probably choose the point 0, let's say -1. And we're going to plug those in there to see which one, and I'm going to mark that point right there, which one of these 2 points makes it true. If the one on this side makes it true, then that means that all of these points will work. If the one on this side works, that means all of these points will work. So let's take it and let's plug it in there. The first one, 0, 6. So I'm going to say here, I'm going to do it underneath here, I've got 6, that's my y value, is less than or equal to the absolute value of 0. So is this true? Well, absolute value of 0 is 0. So is 0 greater than or equal to 6, or 6 less than or equal to 0? So it is not true, right? So this is false. Which means that 0, 6, that coordinate is not a solution. So let's try then our point 0, -1. If we plug in, let's move this down just a touch. If we plug in here, -1 for our y, we have -1 is less than or equal to the absolute value of 0. Well, the absolute value of 0 is 0 again, so we have 0 is greater than or equal to -1. This one is true. That's a good thing there. That means that that is a solution. So we have 0, -1 is a solution. So that means everything on this side will also work. So we need to take it and we need to shade on this side. So this will be awfully dark here, but I'm shading everything on this side of my lines there. Yeah. Make sure you don't cross your line. I almost did there. Okay, that means that if I chose any of these points underneath here and I plug them into the inequality that I was given, y is less than or equal to x, absolute value of x, then this will be a representation of every one of the points that will make it true. All of the points over here do not work. In fact, let me erase this one because that does not work there. Go ahead and try it. Choose another point from over here, plug it in to see if it works. Do the same thing over here. We've already got our inequality. Just choose a point that you could plug in. Now with this one, we took this graph, we actually ended up just rotating it to the right 90 degrees. Notice it was outside of our, our V shape. So chances are it's probably going to be outside our V shape over here. So let's go ahead and choose a point and plug it in. In this case, I'm going to choose let's say the point -1, 0. Let's try that point, -1, 0. Let's plug it in here. So we're going to say 0, that's our y, so we're going to take the absolute value of 0. Is that greater than or equal to -1? Last time I checked, it's better to break even, have $0 than to owe somebody money there, right? So this is true. So we know that -1, 0 is a solution. Or it does satisfy the inequality, which means all the points on this side would satisfy the inequality. The ones on this side, if you plug them in over here, these ones will be false. So here is our solutions represented on our graph. I'm just shading it in. So that means all these are your solutions there. So to graph the inequality, we just graph our regular equals, like we have it there, and then we have to figure out which side we need to shade on. This is problem 4-55. This is a preview problem of some things that are coming up here a couple sections ahead. So if you don't fully get it, it's okay. We are just touching on it right now. You'll see more of it in the second half of chapter 4. Thanks for watching. This is Mr. Boyd. Good night.